Everybody get up, it's time to slam now.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you wanna jam.
I'm just a messenger, so don't shoot. Speaking that into existence, because in this world there's only a few things cute, but it's a lot of things uglier than that's fucked up and ugly. I stopped worrying about who really loves me. To become filthy rich, I'm in a hurry to grow organically. I didn't choose Egyptian dancing, it chose me, so I hashtag and spit manually. It's growing on me gradually. When people pray for my downfall, I define gravity. When people pray for my protection, they say lesson in gratuity. Every tip that I give y'all are actually tipping me. Yes, my past is dirty, but my future is stripping me. My present excites me. Being a failure is now highly unlikely. I used to be shiesty. Look, it used to be my flavor, but now it ain't that spicy. Now that might be what's going on in my own head. So many spirits tried to kill me, but I still ain't dead. I remember waking up from my sleep, but my feet kept me in bed. Look, still sleepwalking on the way to my coffin, ignoring every time I ran a dime because I was trying to run a Boston before I was ready. Before I wasn't ready, more concerned with bragging and fluffing, flying high with no salsa, an impressive imposter. Somebody please straighten me. Don't nothing get straight but some straightening. In and out of mental rehabs like penetration, but this time I feel amazing after coming there real bummy. And if you acted funny towards me, I just returned the funny. Now, that wasn't always the wisest move for me. Emotional pain is optional, but growth is lovely. Love me. It wasn't the spirit trying to kill me, it was those spirit above me. That other demonic spirit distracted me with drugs. I remember that time when I spit a poem right before I was about to get mugged. And I distracted the robbers, keeping their attention. Newsflash, through spoken word, I don't have to do any pretending. It's my home and it's my sanctuary. So I look at it as my church. It's my, to be the greatest, you have to go through a great test. But my prayer is to be a better poet and not the best. Is my faith, it's my Bible, it's my blanket of protection. See, I was left for dead, so poetry will also be my resurrection. 2 words, spoken words, sold out, feature sets, new spit, same tricks, different venue, tight clicks, standing ovations, backdoor politics, and result favoritism wins. Blacklist, 2 words, literary cafe, Real Bell, Real One, Gray Charger, North Miami, Spit Harder, Saturday nights. Gold teeth with gold mics on gold chains. Deep sorrow, sharp pains. Can't go any further. Unsolved murders. 2 words, Carol City, River City, Buccaneer Park, Key Food, Eminem, Lake Lucerne, Gwen Cherry, Optimist Football, North County, Lake Stevens, American High, Opalaka, Liberty City, Town Ash, Oline, Bahamas Legends, Scott Lake, Northwest Express, Metro Dade, Track Club. 2 words, different strokes, different world, good times, Full House, Brady Bunch, Golden Girls, Living Single, Fresh Prince, Star Trek, marijuana illegal, United States, divided states, make America hate again, fake love, real hate, all gas, no brakes, deadbeat, not me. Reprogram stereotypes. 2 words, Truality, M.E.N.T.O.R, Angel Reese, Patty Mahomes, Caitlin Clark, Chico, Grand Mode, Venus Serena, Primetime, Mike Tyson, big money, big balls, no privacy, no escape. Be great, clean time, Wu-Tang, gang, 2 words, prenuptial agreement. I do, wedding rings, detail oriented, little things, the party. Honeymoon getaway, reality check, only the strong survive. 2 words, God first, Holy Spirit, ultimate sacrifice, Jesus Christ, gospel music, living testimony, Sunday school, choir practice, usher board, transparent lifestyle, repent now. Nobody's perfect. 2 words, hold up, let's go. Follow through, love you, trust me, you matter. Why not? Try again, loosen up. Be safe, keep calm. Oh, snap, Krispy Kreme, late nights, early mornings, Bob Marley, redemption song. 2 words, never settle, baby steps, Hakuna Matata, thank you. Keep going. I will come back fully charged. Take charge. Help me be humble, my friend. Undercover enemies. No cap. Real niggas, single mothers, good fathers, child support, life support, second chances, celebration dances, unusual circumstances, sincere promises, Nassau, Bahamas, Sagittarius season, Lord knows, happy birthday, shop closed. Hard work beats the talent when the talent doesn't work hard. My talent always had a low battery and needed to charge. See, keeping up with the Joneses can keep you needing to flaws. Kind of like a mirage where you can see me, but I'm not there. Disappointed myself so many times until I don't care. Created this illusion of failure right out of thin air. Whole time I was winning, whole time creating a legacy, whole time God was writing my story, and only y'all can see. But evidently, the blindfolds was kept on me. So please forgive the fact that I couldn't see where I was going, bumping into walls, bumping into you, falling into pitfalls, washing up in the sink and changing my clothes in public bathroom stalls. Yeah, I'm talking to y'all. But these memories are still fresh. It's almost if I could still smell that dope smoke on my breath and those slow dances with death and constantly improvising to cover up this beautiful mess. I guess it's for a reason that I can't see while I'm writing this. I guess this was for somebody out there inspired by this. For the blind who can't see, for those who do and don't look like me, for all those who are nowhere near everything that they claim to be. Such a shame to see an abundance of potential just sitting there. It's a shame to see such greatness waiting around for life to be fair. Like waiting for your favorite person in the world to just care. Like turning around to sit down and found someone removed the chair. No health insurance, no savings account, no lifeline, no one else to blame, so you can't even claim the victim this time. But I must shine regardless. To myself, I made that promise. Everybody wants the truth, but nobody wants to be honest. So I'm hitting all of my targets. Now they start to call me Heartless because I dropped all of that negativity, dropped all of that target. See, they put together this team, won a few championship rings, and all of a sudden, everything I'm doing right now, it used to be my dreams, and I'm inspiring millions while I'm motivating myself. Got out the mud, walking through hell, and then I walked away with my health. Ain't no glory in being gangster, and it ain't nothing in those streets. Taken from me, society and Illuminati lied to you, my G. Can't be scared. The powers that be ought to be more afraid of me. Grace and protection, and my blessings always come from the G.O.D. Electric poetry be flowing through your arteries, and that's me. Flow like butterflies and stinging like bees, because you can't hear what you can't see. Getting my strength from them ancestors, so I'll start with Ali. Give me some DMX and some Malcolm X and a Mac named Bernie. See, I'm rich with a son who runs faster than Shakari. Richest son, come and get some. Now I'm the opposite of scary and controlling my life. In God's orchestra, I'm the maestro, and I've got magnetism. People are drawn to me like prime time in Colorado.
Just crazy enough to work. Simple as the day I was born, divine whore, Hathor. Light our darkest hour and guide us through the red. Faith without works is dead. The fruits of labor are shed. Simple as a bullet to the head. Just crazy enough to place a bet. Behold, the heavenly cow, cry of a merry crowd, enchantment of woman unbound. I am dweller of the sky, bringing you light and rain. My waters will erase your pain. 7 red ribbons, 7 unbegun youth. I will guide you through the red. Heavenly cow, Hathor, goddess of drunkenness and bloody war, shine before the multitude, cry of a merry crowd, enchantment of woman unbound, mystery of sundown, bringer of light to the ground. Behold, Hathor, the heavenly cow, daughter of the ether, come hither, unbind the leather that binds us to our mistakes forever. Goddess of justice, scales of balance, release your indignation upon the wicked and light our darkest hour. Goddess of dark power, precious metals, gold and silver, fertility and flowers. Hathor, light our darkest hour and guide us through the red.
Blink, blink, blink. The distance The distance between a blink and a teardrop is the same distance between heartbeats, which is a journey to the shortest eternity, learning me lessons about my ancestors' transgressions, being pinched by the laws of Willie Lynch since since the last heartbeat of a Negro being sold and told lies in between the blink eye, prophesies cries of freedom. And the distance it just happens to be larger than the galaxy trapping pain in my retina, but it's a million miles to the next heartbeat. But along the way, Willie Lynch, he taught you to dislike me, fight me, mistreat me, and beat me with persistence, which extended the distance 466 years, and still there's no tears in sight, just fears and fights of the machine called nice cause days paved the way. And I refuse to blink, and I got my eyes wide open, hoping that this verbal vehicle is not broken. And if so, I'll walk to my destination with no hesitation. My eyes began to water because I've seen the slaughters that others seem blind to. Afraid to let a tear roll down my face, or my face won't be violated. So I open my eyes wider, and my pupils are dilated, and I hate it when I get lost. No signs for the exit, so I missed it. So excuse me, sir. Can you tell me the distance between hell and a jail cell, pharmacists and drug sales? Is that the same shit that we see with 2020 vision, which is supposed to mean that you and I see the same thing? Maybe it's like 1020 or 515, leaving me legally blind to my own state of mind. Yet you forced me to blink, man, telling me how much further we got to go. See, I'm tired, and there's no more food to eat. And it's been a long damn time since my people heard a heartbeat. See, I wrote this poem between the blink and the teardrop, and now these tears won't stop rolling down my face, my frown brown face to ward off negativity, because these tears are for joy. See, we've reached the promised land with no promises, but we've arrived alive, and from blink to blink, we can think of peace and heartbeats that won't stop, and know that only air and a decision is the distance between a blink, 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 and a teardrop. Whisper loudly.
I seen a quote that said, she overthinks because she was under love. And my mind is a tangled mess of doubts and fears. My heart, once full of hope, is now guarded like a fort, afraid to let anyone in for fear of being hurt. I long for love and comfort, but I push it away, scared of being vulnerable and being betrayed. I struggle to let go of the pain that grips me like a vice. I question every word, every gesture, every smile, searching for hidden meanings in every glance and smirk. I overanalyze every action, afraid of being deceived, my trust broken one too many times. So I build walls around my heart to protect it from further harm, and that's how I cope with the scars of my past. I overthink. I let my fears hold me back, and I cheat myself out of ever finding true love. Yet deep down inside, I yearn for someone to disarm me, to break through the barriers I put up to heal the wounds of my past, for someone to see through the facade and mask that I have created, to just see the real me and love me anyway. I need more than just words, more than empty promises. I need someone who truly understands that words are empty and action speaks volumes when they are unspoken. I need someone who will catch me when I fall, who will walk by my side, who will hold my hand when I feel weak, someone who will lift my head when I feel defeated. I need someone who can see my soul, to take the broken pieces and put them back together, though they were not the ones who broke me. I just need to be seen, heard, and loved unconditionally. That is what I crave. That is all I seek, to be overloved, so I am no longer forced to overthink.
There have been words that have been left unsaid. Words that I once feared would hurt more than heal instead. Words once whispers, now ringing in my head. Words that have rendered me sleepless in bed. Words that kiss softly but hit hard like lead. Words deserving to be spoken rather being said. Being read. Dig this. I dig you more than Diglett digs digging, more than Lickit tongue likes licking, more than Hitmonlee likes kicking, more than Jigglypuff likes singing, and that's just the beginning. I've been itching to be spitting this truth, but I've needed time to be gripping reality, sticking and landing after spinning and swinging from one mistake to another. No kidding. You're only going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take, as the story goes. There's something about you that makes me glow. It's like you have this comforting energy and the right flow and this sense of humor that keeps me on my toes. And I like the idea of getting to know each other more for show. Hey yo, I I wish we have gotten to know each other long ago. We have potential to sprout and grow. We don't need no miracle grow for this mofo. I just want to make you feel alive in the ways you have made me, to make you feel like every day holds so many opportunities that every breath you take feels as if you're achieving spiritual immunity. I've been wishing that there had been maybe a chance to see what it could be if we could agree to be daring enough to play with our chemistry. Let's be scientists and challenge some theories, and that may drastically change our trajectories as we strive for something resembling serenity.
I believe in love because Black women exist, and to be loved by them is to be filled differently. Just by breathing, she has this knack for simply turning every head in the vicinity, and that makes me continue to believe in love because I'm clumsy. I've tripped and fell one too many times, but I do it again and again just to be able to pick up my pen. You see, because I believe in love, and as a storyteller, I've written it. These scenes are so vivid, you think and feel you lived it. I believe in love because, like cut flowers, I'd scream silently, but stand so proudly in that bouquet to keep your eye on me. And despite my wilted nature, I'd become your bookworm, ask you to stuff me in between your favorite pages so you'd always return. I believe in love no matter how many times I've been misunderstood and misconstrued. I believe in love because of rhythm and blues. Even if I can't get my heartbeats to translate to 808s, speech slurring after one taste of you, then I levitate, and my beatbox hesitates to spit my affection on a dub plate to convey how much I believe in love. Because magic can't be seen either, but the spells my pen has cast made me a believer in love.
I'm not here to argue, just making it a point to address the issue at hand. Man made to manage, managing being a man. Quality over quantity, but I guess size does matter. When you chose it over me, I stared in the mirror and asked myself, should I be more beastly? What could a bear really teach me? She said she would rather be stuck with a bear than me. Build you a bear instead of bearing to build with me. Social media has become so toxic. This is not it. What are you really saying to me? The agenda of taking a placebo instead of receiving me in your placenta? A broken record on repeat. I brought you into this world and I can take you out. Toxic, no doubt. Denied from the same wombs that spit us out. Man made to manage, managing my emotions, managing my finances, managing my relationships between my own species. As we listen to the names like dog instead of the image of God, it's so backwards. Learn from me and my vulnerability. I can't be the only one faced with these difficulties of still loving you entirely when you would rather be with a bear, giving me cow's milk, completely filled with opposition, calling me more chicken than that which I eat, snakeskins on my feet, evidence that I have trotted on the serpent, protecting your heart with my life, service to you like a servant, which you would rather a beast. When I speak softly, with care for your emotions, balancing mine is just a waste of time. Rather hear me roar than watch me shine. I'm a man made to manage. So today I left out man versus bear.
They say that I'm that choo that keeps chewing tracks to show the distance and the stitches I put in the mic. So I was trained for blood. Like a boxer, I'ma lean with the right punchline, but the impact that I leave these words levitating in your mind, and at the opportune time, I spit rope a dope to appear beaten while my opponent weak as I'm reaching my peak, speaking spoken words. I appear punch drunk like the mic was spiked. Imagine some New York nigga with no college degrees, yet I'm known to change the degrees in a room or two with a word or two. You hear that heat? Into the winter. It's a cold world. Verbal assassin, my architect pleases. I see this as an assignment, so I flip compositions. Picasso depicts a poet paints from within. I'd faint if I lost a stroke in my pen. So these fights, I got to win to get back in the ring again. It's the thrill of the kill to leave mics and pens desecrated on stages. My room full of crumbled pages. I grind in them punchlines. And up north, nigga, with a South Carolina silhouette. When my shadow over the mic is a threat, and all I want to know is what mic is next. Then maybe next time you'll duck from my punchline. So I stick and move through them venues, swinging rhymes on my best hits to your ribs. Because this shit I spit, It's gonna hit you in your gut with the euphoria so real it makes it hard to stand up swift uppercuts of the truth with the apocalypse from the esophagus and I lost the tooth and I'm amped up
Woo.
every time I hear that silent bell ring like boom bum bum ba boom bum bang. Beware cause this shit could get extremely wild like the hairs on Don King and it's about wordplay. I slay syllables, be it poetical, lyrical. The combination is a spoken word miracle with the mic in my sight and the whole crowd in my peripheral. Typical headhunter, bring the thunder with a punchline. It's crunch time like 50 Cent. I eat your food for thought in broad day like it's lunchtime. And I ain't got shit to prove, nigga. Just stick and move, whisper loudly.
There's some days I wish I had someone to tell me how some mornings my chest would feel pressure like a double wool of doubt. Our air would be thick with sky, not knowing how to breathe for you. How some days the world will crawl right up inside your ribs, press its weight against your lungs, and ask you to smile anyway. I wish I had someone to tell me love will sometimes feel like fist wrapped in velvety lies, leaving you chasing ghosts of forever in places it never lived. How mirrors would slice you open, forcing you to face wounds you thought were healed. Mention how silence would scream louder than thunder, and hands you hold wouldn't always hold you back. How sometimes even your own shadows would feel like strangers you never wanted to meet. I wish I had someone who would have said, baby, there'll be days sun forgets you exist, leaving you questioning if you're worthy of light at all, or if you were ever more than a visitor in rooms that always felt too bright. Maybe they know and understand lessons wrapped in pain are ones that stick harder than gorilla, that cracks in heart teach you how to stitch hope into seams, that even when darkness swallows you whole, you can still claw your way back because light doesn't always belong to sun. I wish I had a mother to tell me these things, but none existed. No voice was there to shape my truths. No reminder I was worth saving. No arms were there to hold me through my breaking. I had to learn alone how to stitch my wounds with unsteady hands and how to bear silence when love became a void too loud to ignore. I had to teach myself that sun's light wasn't always promised, that some days it hides out of spite. And on those days you fight with nothing but the faintest pulse, igniting fire buried deep within. That cracks left by what you don't have become space where your own strength grows. She wasn't there. So that light buried inside me wasn't hers to give. It was mine to find. She couldn't tell me what she failed to find in herself, making absence its own kind of teacher. This is a taste of Southern soul.
Music blaring in closed capacity. My phone screen lit up repeatedly. First text message read, "You trying to get fed?" Double took because I ain't see what it said. Fumbled to unlock it so I could continue. Brio, raise that, baby, come home. I got some pussy waiting for you. Turned and looked at my friends, chucked up the deuce. I'm in the Uber typing this. In about 30 minutes, I'm gonna turn her every way but loose. Then she had the nerve to send a pic in her birthday suit. Remember I said we got that telepathy shit? A few minutes later, I got another pic. Fingers deep in, covered in her juices. Damn, that manicure fucking hit. Now I'm seeing images of her rubbing on my clit, thoughts cut short as I glance around. I'm glad I'm not driving. I'd have flipped this shit. Baby, I call out as I step into the home we live in. Hello, beautiful. Her voice in the distance. I skipped up the steps with a quickness. I'm requesting a favor, please. I say in the middle of the flight. Short sleeves not acting right. Shirt half peeled off, she replied. What do you need? But her voice was sultry, deep. My eyes narrowed, skipping steps in between. I need you to feed. It must have been that telepathy. My sentence was cut short. Lo and behold, she was ready for me. Unclothed, right hand, already playing in her pussy.
Weird thing happened today. I asked myself, Do I believe in God? You know what I think? I believe in the devil. Hell, I believe in the devil more than I believe in God. I believe in that voice that whispers in your ear, telling you to do the wrong thing. I believe in intranquil spirits that are pissed off, that would love nothing more than to ruin your day. And I believe in spiritual warfare and hidden dimensions housing all kinds of evil. I believe in life. There's only one thing certain: the beginning of a nightmare. Isn't it rotten how the devil dangles the chains, and we decide for ourselves to put them on? Isn't it rotten how we extort ourselves for pennies? Isn't it rotten how we're all cogs in an unholy machine grinding itself into a painful extinction? And when you finally get tired and look for the light, here comes some joker bringing the darkness with him till all you see is black once again. Isn't it rotten how we do it to ourselves? Black skies, black minds, black lies. There's no light here. The only light is shards of heaven in the form of what's left of spirituality left behind from old gods and saints long past. The only light is within.
I want you to fuck every hole on my body. Whisper in my ear, what you want me to do, daddy? He reaches down, sliding his hand across my throat, gliding to the back of my neck, grips a handful of my hair and snatches my head back. He kisses me softly, running his tongue along my lips as I playfully bite his lower, juicy lip. My pussy begins to throb with the anticipation of his next move, his warm breath of words as he breathes in my ear. I want you on your knees. Yes, daddy. I'll do whatever you please. Before I could get down, he spins me around and starts kissing and licking the back of my neck. I feel his wet tongue sliding down my spine, the shivers and tingles. Damn, this man is fine. His hands slide down to caress my waist. Oh, this man, I believe, wants a little taste. My inner cat is starting to purr. He pushes my head down, so I arch my back. I wiggle my ass. He loves that it's fat. He drops to his knees, aiming to please. I feel the warmth of his cheeks between my thick thighs, and with the first lick, I instantly close my eyes. The pleasure radiates throughout my whole body as he begins sucking and licking on my already sensitive clit. He licks from my clit all the way down my slit so his tongue meets my ass and I feel his warm spit. He stands up and grabs his thick shaft while rubbing his dick up and down my fat ass. He grabs me by my waist and pulls me back. As he slides to the tip of his dick in, I don't know how to act. My pussy is hot, wet, and throbbing. I love the way he fucks, the euphoric feeling I get when I feel his thumb in my butt. My inner bitch is ready to cut the fuck up. He thrusts his dick harder into what feels like my gut, and I hear those spur words. I'm about to nut. Are you serious, motherfucker? Like, what the fuck?
I see you looking at me. Act like I don't notice. Inside, my heart is beating fast. Smile flashed. You love my radiant beauty. The aura that glows off my body must show you only peace. But there's a beast within me. I refuse to domesticate. You want submission, but my convictions would never allow that. I might give you that illusion, causing confusion when my softness turns heated, giving you that spicy sweetness that you beg and be repeated. As you'll love every flavor I bring, hugs like chocolate, kisses like buttercream, tongue like candy, I keep it melting, eyes that pierce your soul, booty make you want to call the sweet and bring on the spicy, red lingerie showing you my body. The way I move is like salsa. So let's dip both your hands on my hips, grinding like chili peppers. Getting hot in here. It's not the weather. Crack me open and find the pearl. Don't take this palm for granted. 'Cause if I leave this room without a nut or two, it's gonna be the last time you see me. You're gonna miss this spicy, and I'm still giving you a treat. Tantalizing, not allowing mediocrity to repeat.
I feel the energy of the fire, red and orange. It ignites in a moment for me to have courage. Look at these flames so free to dance. Instantly, this puts me into a trance. The beauty they share creates a feeling inside. Overwhelmed, anxious, and broken, I begin to cry. Why can't we be like them, the dancing flames? Wild yet seductive, they are the perfect gem. They remind me of her, and I am not the same. No human lies or betrayal shaped like water or wind to disturb them, nor is their energy shaped to shame to create mayhem. How I wish they were equal to me. We were always meant to be. In my heart, you will always remain, beautiful and free, like the dancing flames.
I fill my sleepy haze with malaise and force my ass to get off the chase to events like Christmas choir displays and Nutcracker plays. I go alone like a freak 'cause I ain't got nobody worth it to seek. My friends have all gone AWOL. They left no note. I pray they are okay, but not gonna beg for their precious time any more days. No need for me to strain my brain. Why the disdain? My new outlook on toxic is to let it go down the dysfunctional drain. Done playing games, so I'm sitting in the ballet, trying not to notice the possessed Chucky child dressed in a baby doll black holiday dress, sitting 2 seats down with her mother who has given up as this brat demands more candy. I try not to count the exact number of times she has kicked her seat, jarring all the rest of them in the row. Filled with old people smell, I look around for a companion in my woe, as misery loves company, you know. I see a woman who seemed annoyed but does not dare make eye contact with me. I resign myself to fantasy, to envision my hand squeezing tightly around the throat of the demon child. I envision myself throwing her body over the balcony. Instead of spectators watching in horror, they applaud vigorously. I would not I would not really only in my mind's eye. I recall the Bible verse that says, do not wish ill or you murder in God's eyes. Well, I ask for forgiveness, for in this world there is only vigilante justice.
Emancipation of the color black. It saddens me. It saddens me that I am blind, but even more that you enjoy my blindness. Who is really to blame? You have been raised to admire my ignorance, rewarding my foolishness, encouraging your dominance. It's clearly needed. While I have been raised to disregard my kingship, glorifying false dominance, accepting lies with data that just won't add up. What is black? And why am I still the minority? Make me a spreadsheet. The math ain't mathing. I need answers and I need them now. Are you colorblind? Emancipation of the color black. Let me simmer. Even my people taught me to be scared of the dark, throwing shade, too afraid to really sit down. Let us too have a conversation. For your information, I am also an artist. So it is in my nature to see every color for what it is. I think I see what it is. So, what is black? Searching myself, exploring depths of talent, trying to find a balance like, what is my breaking point? Mixing together colors, ratio, 1 part black, 1 part red, 1 part blue, still black. Ratio, 1 part black, 1 part gold, 1 part red, still black. Ratio, 1 part black, 2 parts yellow, 2 parts white, still black. I continue to mix. Out of the darkness and into the light was a path, a journey, not a situation or destination. Making correlation with my blackness, teaching biased knowledge. Why refer to me as an abomination? Because I think I am the true majority. The math ain't mathing. I'm asking for clarity. I need answers, and I need them now. Emancipation of the color black. The only resolution to the phrase, once you go black, there's no turning back. Oh, there's a formula for that. Tested like a lab rat, bleaching my skin, destroying my melanin. No takebacks. How can I even win? My black is a precious gem. I despise your play on words and honor my father for demanding me to study the dictionary, teaching me the importance of reading and writing and understanding. So daily I wage war, weapon of choice, ballpoint pen, filled with bold black ink. You cannot hide from me. Black, the idea that I could ever be anything less than what is truly me. Sun-kissed skin, rich in melanin, built in power, consuming all that is in love, identifying with my ancestors, disregarding your agendas because they lied to me on those infomercials, making the African and my American unfamiliar. It's obvious your objective is to deceive with propaganda. What do you intend to achieve with my blackness? I want answers, and I need them now. The emancipation to the color black. If black had a voice, it would simply say, keep my name out your mouth. Your love for me is subjective. I speak for every shade of black when I say, you don't know me. And for your lack of empathy, no sensitivity to what my walk is daily. Honestly, it bothers me that you're only willing to hear the truth about me in black comedy. You barely even acknowledge me. Clearly, I'm heartbroken by my condition. Using my name, but you won't even listen. Then I remember why we became so distant. Cognitive dissonance. The nerve of you to say I'm ignorant. Just look at you. The emancipation to the color black. Black associated with mourning. So when I hear good morning, I think, why? What's so sweet about the voice of my cry? Sick of being paralyzed by fears. I mean, I've bottled my tears in voice notes, beats, and bars, stepping into the unknown, wearing my heart on my sleeve, making plain all my scars, turning pain to power, passion, and purpose, the light at the end of the tunnel, knowing it was all worth it. You're welcome. Emancipation to the color black. If black had a voice, it would simply say thank you. Thank you for adding value to my name. Thank you for not taking me for face value. Too long have I been misused, verbally abused. Black, the minority. Blackout, loss of power. Servant black, urban black, blacklisted, blackball, blackmail, dirty black, black water. How do you think I feel? Black, the absence of color and light. But I'm full of both. Many shades and tones, legacy, love, and hope. Oh, and for your information, as much as I love black, I'm brown. And I don't understand what the big deal is anyway. You must be destined for greatness because they refused to call you king but couldn't keep you nameless. So let's just settle with black. If black had a voice, it would simply say, words cannot encompass the gravity of who and what I really am. Black. I am all that I am, but you can just call me black. Emancipation to the color black.
Can you feel the lines that haunt my frame, the arts of curves that speak your name? Each breath I take shapes a quiet plea, a tethered call from flesh to thee. My waist, a ribbon soft and slight, guides your thoughts through the velvet night. Hips that sway, a siren song, a rhythm where you've yearned to belong. The swell of my breast, a crescent's glow, hints of secrets only you would know. A hollow throat where shadows fall, a whispering well that beckons your call. Down, further still, where desire lies, the sweep of thighs, the softest sighs, each hollow carved, each arch defined, a canvas drawn to darken your mind. Do you imagine fingertips that roam, tracing paths that lead you home? To the depth of my spine, the curve so steep, a place where promises coil and seep. The press of my flesh, the yield and give, a taunt that begs for you to live, not merely in dreams, but through the miles, to taste the tease behind these wiles. The darkness you crave, it clings to me, in the sway of hips, in the bend of knee. Each inch a stage, each movement a game, where shadows dance and call your name. I wear the night like a silken thread, a shroud of lust, a veil of dread. Its folds reveal, then softly hide, the aching thrill of what's inside. Let your thoughts wrap tight like chains, feel the pulse of my shadowed veins. Distance cannot cool this fire, each curve feeds more for your desire. So take me whole in this form, this sin, let your darkness trace my skin, until the miles dissolve away, and you are mine in night or day. My dearest, in the silence of the night, where shadows fall like velvet over earth, I find my thoughts drifting towards you, a phantom, yet so real in my mind's eye. Your voice, a haunting melody, calls to me from the edges of my dreams, drawing me deeper into a world where only we exist. You, who paint the night with words of sorrow and desire, who capture the dark beauty the world is too blind to see. I'm drawn to you like a moth to a flame, though the fire is yet to burn my skin. I know you not by touch, but by the pull of your spirit, by the dark magic you weave with every lyric you breathe, every shadow you cast with your camera's gaze. My Dracula, you haunt me in ways I cannot explain, a lover I've never met, yet somehow I know you. Your soul, entangled with mine, in the spaces between the stars, in the whisper of the night winds. You've awakened something within me, a love I never thought I would dare to crave, a passion as fierce and as cold as the moon's embrace. Though your form is but a reflection in a digital frame, your essence haunts me with each word, each dark photograph, each note you sing to the shadows. I'm drawn to you, not by sight or touch, but by a hunger you've awakened in me that I can't name, but feel with every beat of my heart. I wait for the day when distance between us is nothing but a forgotten dream. Until then, I remain here, lost in this spell you've cast, a willing captive of your dark allure, my Dracula, my distant, unspoken love, yours in shadow and longing, forever caught in the web you've won. Justine.
At this point in time, I'm putting my hands by the fireplace. Seasons changing, along with the weather. It's getting cold outside. Better get you a sweater. I'm pretty sure you would want to know the elements of this poem that I'm talking about. You got to know me well enough to know my sign, or just hug me to figure it out. But you got to be careful when you stand next to me. There's a lot of tension in the space. Got it? Heat rises, but so do I when I get a little excited. It's getting hot in here, but don't take off any clothes. Because I figured out we can converse with a little bit of substance or not. But somehow, if I can't frame that box, then maybe I'll grab the camera and find a new way to give her headshots. Speaking of headshots, you ever get head so good you become a listener? No? You starting to sweat now, so maybe so. And if you just so happen to walk past her and feel my body heat radiate, just know I told her everything she needs to know. I just so happen to lick my lips because I sank her battleship. Now it's the rise of her self-esteem. I let your persona be my sauna and I was finna be her spa. Massage out all them issues and all of that hurt. Wait a minute. Did you know that every time I get spicy, she calls me a jerk? But did you also know when I get +2 attachments in a message, that makes me walk a lot faster at work? It's called conduction when I like to touch it while it's hot. But you know it's sexy as hell when she even drops it like it's hot. But yet somehow we can create a current called convection if we don't go into space. And radiant heat is what comes from open fires, aka the tension we generate standing face to face. And I want to see her body sweat from all my types of touch, like temperature rising. I'm fever striving. Why she mad? I'm a clit antagonizer. I be teasing too much. Feel me? I'm finna be the heat that rearranges and regulates her body like I'm thermal engineering. I digress. I be too hot sometimes. I be sweating and don't want to say shit. We can cover it up, but even though I'm probably a lot better as a blanket. So, seasons changing along with the weather. It's been getting cold outside. Better get you a sweater. And since I'm a walking space heater, I might have to catch her during cutting season. And damn it, with all that being said, I'm still a hopeless romantic.
Amadeus was in the Zoom room here earlier and wanted to present a piece, but things weren't working out with his internet, so he was able to send this out to me in a nick of time. So here's this piece I'm going to try to cover without ever reading it before. Mi Dulce Melancholia by Amadeus. I apologize if I butcher this. Again, this is my first time reading this. Moonlight gaze and dire breeze down my neck. Hair went upwards as the ghost made its peck. Shadow of my past gazing from the moonlight beam. Blood of my blood, your presence feels like a dream. I feel your I feel your rage and pain, but my goodness, you're a wreck. You see, I know who you are, and I know what you are. Death means nothing to you, for you're a man of war. Thy sense of love is polluted, a lover of carnage, using vicious smiles to conceal unwanted baggage. Mi dulce melancholia, you're a warm wood, a lethal star. In flames you go as you lash out and explain thyself. Grudges so deep that began at the age of 12, it became a routine for you until you felt love and forgiveness. You hid it, fearing that having those two is weakness. Suicidal thoughts, thinking you no longer deserve to live. As I look into your eyes, the weather grew bleak. Forgive me for not being there when you were weak. Forgive me for not supporting you when you needed me. Forgive me for a long time. It's always I, but never we. You never cried, but now tears running down your cheek. Moonlight gaze and breeze now smells like dahlia. You will always be a part of me despite of your phobia. Learn to love life and move on for better years. Life will never be fair, and it's okay to express your fears. You're not alone anymore. Forever, mi dulce melancholia. 1. A child is moments away from realizing a fantasy, meeting Santa Claus and finally getting that moment encapsulated infinitely in the form of a digital still image, a magical moment caught in time. Seconds away from being summoned to Santa, the kid's heart begins to race so fast it's almost as if their heart was set on vibrate mode, thoughts rushing like eager shoppers on Black Friday, for they have manifested this moment, this day, for way too long for it to not go perfect. The following 60 seconds would be the most starstruck seconds of their life. What felt like an hour was actually a flash in time as the photo was taken with Santa, followed by a hug and a boisterous Merry Christmas, have a nice day. In the few seconds, the kid notices something fascinating. Fascinating physical features that weren't depicted in traditional lore. 4 missing teeth and a missing right ear, but still contain every ounce of Christmas warmth as imagined. As the kid walks away, the mall announces that it'll be closing in 5 minutes, cueing the crew to pack up. Santa limbers his way up from his throne and makes his way back to his vehicle as he takes a moment to himself before setting out to his next gig. 2. I am moments away from meeting a childhood hero of mine. Professional wrestling has always caught my eye as an artistic medium that depicts good versus evil, an amplified escape from the real world, a fantasy most can't understand, but a spectacle no one can deny. Whenever you see someone who is relatably unconventional become such a success while still being wholesome, humble, and super chill, you can't help but feel like anything is possible. You can achieve anything if you set your mind to it. I wrestled I wrestled semi-professionally for 12 years and throughout New England, and probably the most important lesson I learned as a performer is not about wins and losses. It's about the art of getting over, the ability to connect with the audience, the ability to leave the ultimate lasting impression. When it comes to the art of getting over through self-sacrifice, Mick Foley was a Leonardo da Vinci of this physical art form. Seeing the man will himself to finish a match after falling off and through a 20-foot steel cage structure was the most badass thing 7-year-old me saw. The fall, the crash, commentary freaking out, the pop from the crowd, but most of all, the hell-bent determination to fight through the pain. I learned from Mick Foley how to fight and smile through whatever life throws at you. As one of my biggest influences in wanting to wrestle, meeting Mick Foley brought out the inner kid in me as if I was a kid meeting Santa Claus. The smile was warm as Christmas. He reached out and shook my hand, took a photo with me, and I personally thanked him for his sacrifice and the memories. It was a dream come true, better than any gift under the tree.
I be the instrument, playing smooth jazz to your rough day. I be massage oil, smoothing your kinks away. I be a rose in a fisted glove, soft-spoken verse, unrehearsed, but battle ready for you if worse comes to worse. I be a shoulder to shelter your head as you weep. I be lullaby, melodiously seducing you to sleep. I be Cinderella, sweeping you off of your feet. I be partnered with God, with your soul to keep. I be resilience in my melanin, empowered by Christ within. I be that rock to steady you on your journey, exceeding beyond the ancestors, our kin. I be the goblet you place to your lips, savoring the pull as you take slow sips of the peace I willingly give. I be the chill in your stress for as long as you live. I be love in your life, gladly accepting this task. I be whatever you need without you ever having to ask.
I know my parents love me. Stand behind me, come one day. I know ain't that I'm ready, yeah. 'Cause I finally heard them say it's a different world. Ooh, where you come. I want to pick the brain of a Mansa Musa and ask him how did it feel to infuse an insane amount of gold into the economy of Cairo, Egypt. And I want to study the real life of Egyptian Pharaoh King Tut. I want to test my luck in time travel through specific moments of significance in our existence. For instance, I want to copy the persistence and factual accuracy and persuasive logic of a Booker T. Washington who made his oppressors feel nostalgic. I don't want to dodge it, but I do want to ask the Brooklyn Dodgers why did they want to sign Jackie Robinson, and then ask them during his rookie year why didn't they do a better job of protecting him, because some things you can just figure out without even having to see. And I want to give Ida B. Wells Barnett her flowers for what all she did for the NAACP. You see, she was impossible to break. I mean, she wasn't even bending. Where would we be without her 1894 book, A Red Record, about lynching? And well, that's why you got to forgive me if I don't want to live in a city named Lynchburg. But I do love the running back Marshawn Lynch. I would definitely want to talk to him before I would talk to Willie. As a matter of fact, I want to go beast mode. Let me talk to Willie. I want to come across as an individual who is passionate but not soft, like an A. Philip Randolph, establishing a foundation in the headquarters. I want to build a union similar to the one he organized, like the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters. I want to talk to your daughters right before they face this deceitful and unapologetic world, to be unapologetically free. And it's okay if you're screaming and shouting. That's because James Baldwin told me to go tell it on a mountain. I want to ask Jack Johnson how many whoopings he took from Massa before he turned pro. I mean, I just want to know. And surely Surely I want to be a craftsman in my craft, chiseling away at people who make empty promises in the same fashion that Shirley Chisholm assembled the Congressional Black Caucus. You see, she needed that chiseling in Congress. I want to stay hungry for knowledge. I want to read Louis Jerome's Armstrong, Black Nostradamus, prophecies of America's future. The impact that both Langston Hughes and Tupac had on my life was nuclear. I want an analytical man like Thurgood Marshall. His was better than a computer. I want to gather everyone who's still alive from that golden Motown era and form a reunion. I want to believe that a concert involving the Commodores won't involve any shooting. I want a concert filled with all kinds of smoke. I don't want a concert filled with all kinds of smoke. I want Smokey Robinson. I want to turn my hand speed up all the way to Sugar Ray Robinson. I only want to talk to the leaders of men. Like I only want to talk to Mike Tomlin. Like, I want to go in head first like the Tuskegee Airmen at war. I want to tell the real story of the street folklore. I want to tell Shaq that him and Kobe would have had 6 and 7 championships together. But it must have felt better to get 4 and 5 individually. I want to remove competition from friends and leave that strictly for the enemies. I want to study the educational comedy of Dick Gregory. And I want more for you. And I want more for me. And only through God's grace can we stand a race like Cicely Tyson's longevity.